When you think of Japan, some of you probably think of cherry blossoms. So I'm going to show you one of the most famous spots in Japan to see them. Today, we go to the east side of Kyoto, to a place where two famous Japanese philosophers used to spend their time. In the late 1800s, two professors of philosophy, Nishida Kitaro and Hajime Tanabe, took daily walks alongside an irrigation canal that spanned across Kyoto's east side. The path they took later became known as the Philosopher's Path, or Tetsugaku no Michi in Japanese. The stone path ran alongside the channel which spanned between two notable locations, Ginkakuji and Nanzenji, which are both famous temples in Kyoto. So we are about to arrive at our next location, the Philosopher's Path. It's as busy as ever. It's like all the other attractions around Kyoto. This is also very populated. This path is now host to a number of shrines and temples and takes about 30 minutes or so to complete. It's about a 0.4-mile walk. Throughout most of the year, this area is unassuming, and outside of the numerous temples in the area, you would never realize you were even on the Philosopher's Path. However, during Hanami, which is Japan's traditional custom for flower viewing, the path becomes something incredible. The entire channel is lined with hundreds of cherry trees that bloom throughout the months of March and April. As you can expect, since this is such a short time frame, the area gets extremely busy with tourists every year. However, outside of the tourist season, the neighborhood becomes a lot less frequented and I assume a lot quieter. I'm sure the locals in the area appreciate this, since some of their houses are literally built right alongside the canal and tucked in between the various shrines and temples. One of the coolest effects about this area that I don't think I can really capture on camera very well is that the petals are almost constantly falling very slowly from the trees. It really reminds me of all of the effects they add on screensavers, but it is extremely beautiful. Overall, I'd say of all the tourist attractions I visited on this trip, I think the Philosopher's Path was the quietest. Everyone seemed to be busy taking pictures and videos or just enjoying a nice nature walk. Not to mention, the area in general is just really peaceful and quiet. However, not everything was peaceful. God, I want to push you in so badly. One false move, one stiff wind, and he could be in the water. Something else that had caught my attention was an article online that had mentioned cherry blossom viewing at night was some sort of trick to avoid most of the other tourists. Interested in this idea of illuminated cherry blossoms, I decided to research and see if it applied to the Philosopher's Path, and I found a website that mentioned the Lake Biwa Canal being illuminated at night. Knowing that the Philosopher's Path is a branch of the Lake Biwa Canal, I assumed that the path would indeed be illuminated. Oh, but boy was I wrong. After a night of drinking in Osaka, Daniel and I decided that it was finally time to see the Philosopher's Path lit up in all of its glory. So, we took the 30-minute bus ride back to the path, only to find that it was pitch black. I never felt more stupid for assuming something than when we showed up to find no lights and not even many street lights. Hey, but it happens. Everyone makes mistakes. I should mention that while we didn't see illuminated cherry blossoms, there does appear to actually be illumination events at the local parks and temples. So check those out if you get the chance. But maybe just do a little more research than I did beforehand. Overall, I'm glad I got to see and learn about the history of the Philosopher's Path. If you find yourself in Kyoto, I'd recommend setting aside some time to take the walk and see some of the best cherry blossoms I've seen since coming to Japan. Anyways, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.